In today's deep dive, we're unpacking one of the most unexpected geopolitical confrontations of 2026, European nations standing firmly with Denmark after renewed comments from U.S. President Donald Trump about Greenland. What's happening, why it matters, and how global security frameworks like NATO are being tested, we'll break it all down. Greenland is the world's largest island, home to about 57,000 people and an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. It has its own government in Nuuk, while Denmark handles foreign affairs and defense. News 24, the island is strategically located between North America and Europe, bordering the Arctic, a region of growing geopolitical competition. It is also rich in mineral resources and hosts important defense infrastructure, such as a U.S. early warning missile radar station. In recent days, U.S. President Donald Trump has once again voiced interest in Greenland, saying the United States needs it for national security and refused to rule out force. Euronews, in an interview, Trump suggested Greenland's location is critical to U.S. defense strategy, referencing Russian and Chinese activity in the Arctic. EFE notices these remarks followed a controversial U.S. military operation in Venezuela, where American forces captured President Nicolas Maduro, raising concerns among Western allies about U.S. intentions elsewhere. The Atlantic, a senior White House aide, doubled down, saying no one would fight the United States over the future of Greenland, which drew further criticism. Denmark's government responded forcefully. Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen publicly urged President Trump to stop making such threats, saying the U.S. has no right to annex Greenland and that such rhetoric is simply unacceptable between close allies. ABC News Frederiksen warned that any U.S. military attack on a NATO ally would effectively end the alliance as we know it. The Guardian, Greenland's own leader, Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen, echoed this stance, calling Trump's comments disrespectful and emphasizing that decisions about Greenland's future must respect international law and self-determination. Across Europe, governments rallied behind Denmark and Greenland in joint statements and diplomatic messages. Leaders from countries including France, Germany, the United Kingdom, Spain, Italy, Poland, and the Nordic states made clear Greenland belongs to its people. Only Denmark and Greenland can decide its future. Borders cannot be changed by force. AP News +1, the European Union reiterated that the sovereignty and territorial integrity of nations are core principles of the UN Charter and must be upheld. European Newsroom, German officials highlighted that Greenland falls under NATO's collective defense umbrella, meaning any threat to it is a threat to alliance security. EFE notices this dispute is more than a diplomatic disagreement. It touches the foundations of NATO cooperation. Denmark is a NATO member, and Greenland's defense is tied to the alliance. Both Danish and European officials have warned that U.S. threats against a NATO ally could undermine decades of collective security. Reuters analysts say the situation reflects broader geopolitical competition over the Arctic, where climate change is opening new routes and access to resources, attracting strategic interest from Russia, China, the U.S., and Europe. News 24, as tensions continue, the world watches whether this dispute will remain at the level of heated rhetoric or evolve into more serious diplomatic friction. So far, European allies have united behind Denmark. AP News Greenland's government seeks respectful dialogue with the United States. The Times of India Denmark warns that military threats could unravel NATO cooperation. The Guardian no military confrontation has occurred, and many experts believe the public statements aim to signal strength rather than foretell action. However, the international community views threats against a sovereign territory with real concern. In summary, what began as another statement from Washington about Arctic strategy has turned into a significant diplomatic backlash from Europe. Denmark, Greenland, and their allies made clear that sovereignty, respect for international law, and alliance unity are not negotiable. Thank you for watching. If you found this summary helpful, like and subscribe for more detailed international news breakdowns.